Namo Shivaya Krishna 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 Swami Nityananda Saraswati Garam Charan Krishna Sadhastani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Paiti Sadi Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We'll do a little bhajan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Tiravanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare सुभद्रा माई की जय। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंद। ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। प्लीज रिपीट आफ्टर मी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते। कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कुं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिमित्रिपहतमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम्। ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचे। श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming. Hare Krishna. So I welcome new people who have come here, new devotees who have come here. Let's welcome them with 3 loud Haribols. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. You're all guests of Krishna, and I'm your servant. I'm not any guru here. I'm I'm still learning spiritual life, little by little, day by day. I'm learning some philosophy, and I'm trying to repeat for all of you. The day, why I sit on this bench that you see is I can see you clearly. If I sit down, I can't see who's sitting behind. That's the only thing, the only reason I'm sitting here. Otherwise, not any guru or anything that has to be respected or has to be heard from. I'm repeating what I'm learning from my guru. And Baburam Prabhu put this garland on me today. Actually, this garland should be offered to God before it is. You did? Oh, thank you very much. This is Prashad then. Normally, when anybody sits on a Vyasasana and he has to speak, what knowledge does he have to speak? He is not anything great. God is great. All of us are servants. All of us are servants. So, what gives us the empowerment to speak is blessings of God. And when a garland that's put on the Lord is brought here and put on a fool like me, suddenly something will come out of my mouth. Right? So this garland is prashadam. Right? Garland should never be put on anyone except God. You should remember that. Garland doesn't deserve to be given to anyone except God. But आजकल क्या बोले मतलब किसी के भी ऊपर garland डाल देते हैं. But actually, the only deserving person who should be garlanded, Srimati Radharani garlands Krishna, Lakshmi Devi garlands Narayan, Parvati Ma garlands Lord Shiva. Right? They are the personalities who should be garlanded because they have something to give. And when somebody represents them, then they can also be given as a prasad. If I am sitting here and thinking I am garlanded, then I am a fool. I am not garlanded. Bhagavad Gita is garlanded because I am here repeating the message of Bhagavad Gita. Who wants to sit and hear from me and waste your time? No. You have to hear from Bhagavad Gita. है कि नहीं? Bhagavad Gita बोलने के लिए हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हैं. Not that I am some philosopher and I'll speak something which you all should accept. No, never be in that illusion. In satsang, everything is under the control of God, right? And we're all here assembled to hear about God, what God has spoken, and that's our duty. And how can we say satsang is successful? When you understood at least something what God has spoken. If you understood something, satsang is successful, right? And we chant His names. Why do we chant His names before the satsang starts? To take His blessings, to correct our consciousness. See, before coming here, I might have been watching YouTube short videos. Or yesterday night, I would have had a fight with somebody, right? Or some horror picture I've seen yesterday night in Netflix. My entire consciousness is gone. How do you think you'll suddenly come to a satsang and start connecting it, what Arjuna is speaking to Krishna? It's not possible. It's not humanly possible, right? So even in schools, why do you think we have prayer in the morning? Why not prayer in the evening? Because to bring the consciousness of all the children to a point that, okay, now you have come to school, now pray that God will allow you to get that education. Then the classes will start, isn't it? Such a nice concept, right? And that is there since our, Sanatan Dharma, since ages, where no activity started without taking blessings of God. And blessings of God and blessings of elders, right? Elders in our house, parents take their blessings, or elder sister, elder brother, uncles, right? Take their blessings and then start something. It will be auspicious, and we will achieve some result out of it. Exactly like how Arjuna is taking blessings of Krishna before he starts the most ghastliest war ever fought on this land, right? Where crores of people were killed. But before doing that, Krishna took blessings of Arjuna. Arjuna took blessings of Krishna. And Krishna beautifully educated Arjuna that don't do this war as a revenge. If you do this war as a revenge, there are many possibilities. One, you will not be successful because revenge is a negative energy. You need to do this war to protect dharma. So when you know the higher principle, you will not do the war for a lower principle, right? Why India is great? Because we are born in India. I am great, India is great, isn't it? No, that's not a way to look at it, right? Why India is great? Why Bharat is great? Mera Bharat Mahan. Okay, I am telling Mera Bharat Mahan. Somebody will tell Mera Bhutan Mahan. Mera Uganda Mahan. Right? Why Mera Bharat Mahan? Let's spend a couple of minutes on that. Kyun?
Great rishis are born here.
Yes, great sages are born here. Hare Krishna. Yes. Yeah. Sanatana Dharma is established here. Yes.
We have Vedas.
We have Vedic knowledge. Yes. Yeah, you're all right. You know, a lot of people today, if they ask why is Bharat Mahan, they'll tell we get biryani here. You know, or they'll tell we have 100 and plus languages that we speak here. We have so many types of sweets that are made in each one of the states. So many festivals we have. So many. What else? So many types of dresses we wear. Right? Of course, that's diversity. That's okay. Diversity doesn't make anything great. To be great, you have to represent something great. Remember that. To be called as great, who are we representing? That makes us great. We are representing Krishna. We are representing the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. Right? We are representing Bhagavan. So we are great. Otherwise, there is no meaning of Mera Bharat Mahan. Right? Even a dog in a street will say, this gully belongs to me. Right? If you are fighting a war, just saying this, I belong to this country, then you are no different than a dog. But if you are fighting a war, knowing what is great in this country, what is the greatness of this country, then there is a difference between you and the dog. Right? You are trying to protect something. Why Shivaji fought such big battles? Why he went through so much? Right? Why Rani Lakshmi Bai? What was she trying to fight? Yeah, she fought when her husband was killed, but what was she trying to protect? Kuch to hoga na? Not land, definitely not land. So what were they trying to protect? Why the great Cholas built so many big temples? Why the Krishna Deva Raya has built so many big temples? Right? So many mathas are established. Why? Because we're all representing Bhagavad Gita. Prabhus and Matajis, what we are holding in our hand right now is not an ordinary book. People have given their lives to protect the knowledge in this book. Right? Because this book teaches us why we are, and what we should be doing. Right? Otherwise, there is no difference between man and an animal. Yesterday I was reading from Bhagavatam, 4th canto. There Narad Muni is explaining to Prachina Parisat, there is a king. He's saying, even animals eat and sleep. Animals also have senses. Animals also do so many things. They also take care of their children. Of course, they don't work in Infosys. They don't have to work in Infosys. They can nicely, peacefully get food anywhere. Right? But what is the difference between a person and an animal? Is a person, a human being can understand what is dharma. Otherwise, there is no difference. Right? So, we are here assembled for such an important activity. And now, in the journey of Bhagavad Gita, we are in which chapter? 10th chapter. So, some of you have come first time here. I'm seeing, I was just telling them also, is that please hear to the series called SSR, Science of Self-Realization. How many here have heard that series SSR? Please lift your hand. Yeah? Okay. Was it useful? Yes. So, please hear that series SSR. I'm requesting, if you go to YouTube, you can say SSR 2019 batch. You can say like that. That's one of the best recorded ones. We also did a batch here, I think 2022 batch, something like that. My own Krishe. So every time we start with SSR, Science of Self-Realization. Very important. If you don't hear those lectures, you can't understand why is Krishna speaking what he is speaking. Right? So make it like a homework. Next week before we come here, try to finish as many sessions as you can. Right? Just play it, keep hearing it, finish it, so that it's easy. And after the class, if you want me to help you find it in YouTube, I can again tell. It's very simple. SSR, not Sushant Singh Rajput. It's not. That's not the meaning. What does it mean? Science of Self-Realization. Science of Self-Realization. SSR. A tag easy way to remember is Sushant Singh Rajput. Okay. So SSR 2019. I did many batches. 2017 is also, 18 is also there, but 19 has better recording. So you can go for 19 batch, right? BATCH batch. SSR 2019 batch. And there you start from part 1. Don't directly go to part 5, right? So part 6 is about death. You'll get scared, run away, right? So before that, start from part 1. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, all the way till part 12, right? It's a sequential series. Who defined the sequence? Lilananda's decided sequence? No. Veda Vyas decided the sequence. From where did it decide the sequence? From Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra starts with Athato Brahma Jignasa. From there, in search of happiness, like there it comes all the way down until how to implement this Vedic knowledge in our day-to-day life. Right? So please hear it. And I would say if you have heard it in the past, hear it again. Because it's not something that I have created. It is created by Vedavyas. And I have learned from my Siksha Gurus. And I've added little here and there and consolidated it and I'm presenting it, and it's being done in many communities. Even as we speak right now, my dear friend Subbarao Prabhu or Praveen Prabhu or Mahesh Prabhu, they were all part of the satsang like this. Now they have learned, and now they are going and doing the same sessions elsewhere. It's happening in Ankura, in Vihanga, in, don't ask me where all, there are like 10 places it is happening right now. As we speak, at least 600 people are being taught Bhagavad Gita. Right? We started as 1. Now today we have 600. Right? And this number will only increase. It has to increase more and more and more. Why? Not because we want to make a gang. Why we want this number to increase? Because we want all of you to go back to Krishna. We want all of you to go back to Krishna. Right? You want to go back to Krishna. I want to go back to Krishna. And the way to go back to Krishna is to understand what he spoke. Right now in 10th chapter, we have reached a point where God is introducing himself and he is going one more step ahead and is telling where all you can find me, how you can understand me, where all you can find me, right? So we have gone through this journey. So if you have not heard the previous chapter discussions, you can always go to again. I have a small simple channel called Lilananda's. You can go there. There is a playlist called Bhagavad Gita, My Home Krishe. So specific to this group, right? So we started from chapter number 1 and all the way we have come to chapter number 10 now. So last week we discussed shloka number, what was that shloka? The big shloka. Shloka number 6. 4 to 5. Yeah. Where Krishna is explaining the qualities, what qualities he has created. Right? God creates everything. So what qualities he has created? So intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone, right? So we went through it in detail. Each one of these qualities we discussed also. If you don't remember, you can hear in the previous class. And we also teach our children these qualities, right? Let's reflect a little on fear. Why do people become fearful? Why do people become fearful? Anyone can tell why you become fearful? Huh? That's the definition of fear. False evidence appears real, right? FEAR, right? So, why do people become fearful? How many here have become fearful in life? Lift your hand. डर लगता है ना, पक्का लगता है कि नहीं? Huh? Is it a negative emotion to become fearful? No. Getting fear is not negative. So you're standing in a balcony. You're standing in a balcony in what is that? 12th floor. Then you get onto the top of the balcony, which you should not be. And then you see, below, baap re, fear aayega nahi aayega? What will fear do? It will tell you don't go, protect you. So don't go forward. So how is fear a bad thing? Fear of exams, is it good or bad? Good. Fear of getting diseased? Yes. Fear of eating junk food? रोजी बस पेट पे मत मारो ठीक है. So fear is good emotion. But fearfulness is bad. Fearfulness means people get panic attacks. I don't know how many have experienced. Suddenly you feel like, my God, what is something is going to happen. Oh my God, I'm not in control of something. Something is going to happen. ऐसे डर लगता है लोगों को. Anxiety attacks people become very anxious suddenly. Why do people become fearful? What do you think?
Lack of faith.
Lack of faith. Yes, lack of faith that somebody is ultimately going to protect. Right? What else? What other reason is people become fearful?
Lack of knowledge.
Hmm?
Lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. Yes, you don't know what is going to happen next. Right? What other reason? There's one more very important reason why people become fearful.
Don't believe God. They don't understand.
They don't believe God.
They don't understand.
They don't understand. Yes, they do. They have no understanding. Right?
Fear
If
of
the doctor says, I'm going to operate you tomorrow. And don't worry, you'll be fine. I have never killed anybody.
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure. Yes, a very good thing. Fear of failure. There are many fears, many types of fears. But my question is, what is the main reason we become fearful all the time? We believe that we are the body, not the soul. Yes.
Lack of courage.
Lack of courage. Yes, no.
False.
False ego. Yes.
Lack of courage
Face any coming problems. The confidence.
Lack of confidence to face problems. Yes, that makes you fearful. One of the main reasons, the root cause, Krishna explains, is attachment. Attachment. When you're attached to something, you have a fear of losing it. Right? People who become fearful are the people who are attached to something. And they think that that's the most important thing in life. Right? What can you be attached in this world? Tell me. Nothing. Actually, you should not be attached to anything. Because everything in this world is temporary, isn't it? Will you be living forever? Will your body be there forever? Huh? See, earlier my hair color was like this. Now it is becoming slowly tuck, 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 tuck. How much ever dye I put, still the underlying thing will come out, isn't it? So fear of old age. Can I stop? But why am I getting scared? Because I'm attached to this body. Right? I'm attached to this body. I'm attached to my children. Huh? If I don't treat my children properly, they will not take care of me in the future. So you are fearful. People are scared of their children now. Right? So many fear. Because fear, main cause of fear is attachment. When you're attached to something, you will be fearful in life. When you're detached from everything, nobody can make you fearful. You'll never be fearful. Right? If I'm attached to that flat that I live, then I'll always be fearful of losing it. Right? I'm attached to my job. I'll always be fearful of losing it. Whereas you become detached and say, I'll do my best. There is God, He will provide me. Right? I'll never be fearful. Ants, animals are not fearful. Because they naturally know that they'll get their food. Only human beings are fearful. When an ant comes out of a hole, how long does it go to get its food? 10 meters? Right? But it will not go to any extent. Only human beings do that. Right? Dog. How long does a dog go to find its food? Tell me, there are so many dogs here. Does it go to Kukatpalli and come back? No, it will find here only. Even an elephant can find 50 kgs of food. Every day, elephant eats 50 kgs. Right? And it will find its food without any problem. It has full confidence on the mother nature. Only human being is the one who will go 7 seas to find food. We don't have any confidence. Okay? We don't have faith in God. That's the reason there is so much fear. Fear of recession, fear of losing job, fear of this, fear of that. Because we are attached. Attached to what? Attached to lifestyle. Right? Attached to certain kind of comforts. So we are fearful. If you say, hey, big deal, I'm not fearful. Can anybody कोई बिगाड़ सकता है आपका? कुछ नहीं. Arjuna is fearful of losing his uncle, losing his relatives, losing his brothers. Arjuna is fearful of getting sin. If I kill all these people, I'll become sinful. Arjuna is fearful of losing his kingdom, right? And with all these fears, he came into the war. With all these fears, he came into the war. What did Krishna tell? Krishna told, Are bhaiya, natvam jatunasam natvam neme janadipa, na chaivana bhavishyama sarve avatar. There was never a time you did not exist. There was never a time I did not exist. There was never a time all these kings did not exist. What are you fearful of? We are all there forever. We are souls, not the body. Do your duty. Dehinosmin yathadehe kaumaram yavanam jara. Kaumaram yavanam jara. Youth, old age, this, all this jara, you will become old. You will die one day. You will get another body. न जायते मृते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भवितवो न भूय अजो नित्य शाश्वतो यं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Saying your body will be slain, you will not be. Right? So what are you scared of? Do your duty. Are my grandfather? What grandfather? Which grandfather? How many grandfathers you had in the past? My guru. How many gurus you had in the past? How many wives did you have in the past? How many husbands you had in the past? How many children you had in the past? You had many, many lives. You had many, many lives, right? My dear friend Shyam Madhav Prabhu, he lives in Green Grace apartment. He's a neurologist in Care Hospital. If you go to Care Hospital and tell Shyam Jaiswal, Shyam Madhav is the initiated name. He's a very famous neurologist. He's treating my father also, right? So neurosurgeon also. So now this weekend is going to Bombay because they're having a conference on rebirth. They have scientifically proven that rebirth occurs. People take birth again. The soul is transmigrating from body to body to body. There are so many proofs, but people don't want to believe. Now they have a person in Rajasthan, a boy, who is clearly telling his past life. So they're taking him. There is a conference in Bombay next week. Right? So they are proving it. It is there, it is happening. What nonsense are you talking about? Right? This is not your last life. This is not your first life. And this will not be your last life. Unless you want to go back to God. Right? All this knowledge is very much there, but it has been kept hidden. People are not allowed to know. If you know that you have next life, will you do nonsense in this life? Because see, one philosophy is, I will do everything I want to do. जो कुछ भी होगा यही लाइफ में लिपट जाएगा है कि नहीं? No, everything is getting recorded. Whatever nonsense you did, if it is not happening, if you're not getting paid for it in this life, you'll also have to take the baggage next life. Then people will become responsible, isn't it? No, I don't want to do bad to anyone. Right? If I do bad to something, I will have to face that bad next life. I can't deny that fact. Right? If I kill an animal, I see I have rasgulla, I have gulab jamun, I have khichdi, I have everything. Still I'm going and killing an animal, saying I like to eat mutton biryani. Right? You'll also have to pay the price for it. Isn't it? You have to pay the price for it. You had another choice. It's not like you did not have food. You had so many choices, but still you had. Shastra doesn't say that you should not eat non-veg. Shastra says you can eat, but there are conditions. There are conditions. Under these conditions, you can. No problem. You can. But the conditions, are you seeing the condition? The only condition we are seeing is the 6 inches of tongue. Acha laga. Then you have to pay the price. It's always like that. When you do injustice to anything, then you have to pay the price. Isn't it? Karma doesn't leave anyone. Karma doesn't leave anyone. That's the energy. Every religion says that. If you do good, you will get good results. If you do bad, you will get bad results. I don't believe in religion. Ye to believe karte ho, no? This much you will agree, right? It will come back to you. Prabhus, everything is getting recorded. If you are doing bad to somebody, don't think it is just going in vain. You can convince everybody in the house why I did that bad, but you can't convince Yamaraj. Yamaraj, tera to pura chita mere paas hai. Full data science is happening here. Right? I know everything about you, what you have done, why you have done. So nothing will go unrecorded. So Krishna is telling that you are in the cycle of birth and death, and there is no end to it. When your karma balance is zero, you can come back to me. But when will karma balance be zero? Karma balance is very difficult to make it zero. Right? Everything you do, you get a good reaction or a bad reaction. What is a good reaction of you doing good? आप किसी के लिए अच्छा करोगे, आपको क्या आएगा? अच्छा आएगा. क्या आएगा? You do a lot of charity in this life. You did a lot of charity of clothes and food. Next life, you'll not have any scarcity of clothes and food. है कि नहीं? You constructed hospital. Next life, you'll get a body which will not get disease because you help so many people with health. Right? But there is a problem. What is the problem? Next life also you'll die. Death is not going to stop you. Right? तो अकलमंद इंसान क्या सोचेगा? Hey, why am I taking birth again and again and again? Birth, death, old age, birth, death, old age, birth, death, old age. Hey, इसको I want to stop this cycle. Hey, Prabhu, you'll go to heavenly planets. Swarga prapti rastu. क्या मतलब है उसका? You'll go to Swarga, then you'll get what? You'll get Somarasa. Instead of Fanta, thumbs up, you'll get Somarasa. Somarasa is even more nectarian, right? It'll increase your age, it'll increase your health. You look beautiful, amazing complexion you'll have. No need of fair and lovely cream, right? You'll never become old. But there is a problem. Tapat will die there also. Just like you'll go to Mauritius, swipe your card, you're swiping your card, this thing. Suddenly, sir, your card doesn't have balance, sir. Then what you have to do? Then you have to come back and work in Amazon like a dog. Right? Or ADP payroll like a dog. You have to work. There is no other choice. You have to earn money again. You have to fill that card again. Again, you have to go. Right? So, intelligent person will think, hey, why am I going to Swarga? Why am I going to Naraka? Enough is enough. I want to get out of this cycle. And Krishna says, when you decide to get out of this cycle, then you will understand the message of Bhagavad Gita. If you want to do rituals, no need to come here. We are not here promoting Satyanarayana Vratam or Shiva Homam or Vastu Homam or Narsinga Homam. All these things are good. I'm not telling they are bad. But in what way they are good? They'll keep you happy in this world. But what is the problem with this world? You'll die. Everything you made, it will go. Isn't it? So intelligence is what? Let me go back to the place where I don't die. Is there a place where I don't die? How do you prove? How do you prove that there is a place where there is no death? How do you prove? My son asked me that question. Papa, you tell all these things. Proof kya hai? How do you prove? Are we talking about some illusionary place, which I believe and I want you to all believe? Sunday morning, believe. Huh? How do you prove there is a place? How do you prove that there is a place where there is no death? करोगे? 5 minutes try करते हैं, चलो.
Like death means it will be there only when we are embodied, inside a body. But when we are in our actual form of soul, then there is no, like at spiritual world, there is no embodiment.
But I am asking, what is the proof of spiritual world? What is the proof of spiritual? This material world, मेरे को अच्छा जीने दो. एक गुरु है बड़ा दाढ़ी लगा के. That's what he tells everybody. What is the proof of hell and heaven? Be happy. Pay me money. Buy my stones. Put on your head. That fellow is making a lot of money. Huh? Scriptures it is telling. I don't believe scriptures. I am a very tough nut to crack. This is what I did to my Siksha Guru. When I went to the classes, I made him, I should not say I made him cry, but 4 months I am not ready to believe. Prove me. Bas bahut ho gaya. I am not here to take bogus in the name of religion. You prove me that there is a place where there is no death. Prove me that there is Vaikuntha. Prove me that there is spiritual world. कोई बोलोगे तो क्या बोलोगे? हमारे पेरेंट्स क्या बोले ऐसे बोलने से? पूरा संप्रस का? ये माना? जी है कि नहीं? That is a standard answer. What grandma will tell? No. क्षमिंचु पिछोड़ मुट्टिड माइंड. पागल पैदा हुआ हमारे घर में. अरे I'm asking, prove me that there is a place where there is no death. प्रभु जी क्लास आगे जाएंगे ना काय को पे कर. No, I'm not going to go forward until we prove. लॉजिक लगाओ, है लॉजिक, है कोई? प्रभु भगवद गीता में क्या, इससे क्या लिंक है? भगवद गीता बहुत लिंक है इसके साथ. इफ यू डोंट बिलीव दैट देयर इज अ प्लेस वी हैव टू गो, देन व्हाट इज द पॉइंट इन रीडिंग भगवद गीता? एवरीबॉडी टॉक्स अबाउट किंगडम ऑफ गॉड. क्या आप कौन सा किंगडम की बात कर रहे हो? हमारे लिए तो किंगडम तेलापुर है. अच्छा रियल एस्टेट चल रहा है वहां, दैट इज किंगडम. Okay, I'll help you. Should we? Okay. How many here have eaten gulab jamun? Lift your hand. कोई नहीं खाया क्या? Huh? Anybody has not eaten gulab jamun? Today there is gulab jamun in the menu. Is that true? It is there. Who brought the pressure? Somebody brought. Anyway.
Order, order.
Huh? No, project class जल्दी खत्म करो. गुलाब जामुन आ गया. What is the time?
9:10.
9:10. Okay, okay. बहुत इंतजार करना पड़ेगा. I'm sorry. How many have eaten gulab jamun? Now close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. So there is this round object which is shining with sugar coating. If you press it, it even goes a little inside. Itna mulayam. And when you put it in your mouth, it melts. And it is so sweet. अच्छा लग रहा है? आंख खोलो. Right? उसको भी मांगना है कि नहीं? उसको क्या बोलते हैं? गुलाब जामुन, है कि नहीं? As soon as I say gulab jamun, do you feel the taste of gulab jamun in your mouth? थोड़ा लगता है ना? Huh? Because you ate gulab jamun, isn't it? You all ate gulab jamun, so you are able to feel the taste of gulab jamun. If I tell somebody in Uganda gulab jamun, क्या बोलेगा? What jamun? What jamun? Say gulab jamun. What is gulab jamun? उसको कुछ मालूम ही नहीं. He has never eaten gulab jamun, so he doesn't know the taste of gulab jamun. But we have eaten gulab jamun so many times that as soon as I say gulab jamun, immediately, हाँ मेरे को चाहिए. I need it. I want it. Because you know the taste of gulab jamun. Do you all agree on this? If I tell imli, tamarind, you'll immediately feel some sort of just feel imli in your mouth. You'll feel that kadwapan, you know, like, or वो, you know, लगता है कि नहीं? Because you all have tasted imli. You know what is imli. Do you all agree on this? You're going by logic. ठीक है? So you're telling that because you have experienced something, it exists. You all agree on that? इमली का टेस्ट कैसा होता है? खट्टा. If I tell imli is खट्टा, how many are ready to agree? पक्का? Huh? And why you are agreeing? Because you tasted it, right? If I tell a small child imli खट्टा है, they say नहीं. I don't believe, because it is not tasted imli. But somebody who has tasted imli can pakka tell that khatta. You all agree on this? Pakka? Because this is very important. If you agree on this, I'll go forward. Huh? Okay. Now, how many of you today morning got up and thought, today I will die? कितने लोगों ने सोचा? Anybody here? आज मैं मरने वाला हूँ. कोई बोला क्या? हाँ? Anybody? Did your wife tell when will you die? हाँ? हो सकता है. But how many of us are planning for our death? Lift your hand. Every day I'm thinking about death. ठीक है, planning for death is another thing. But how many are thinking about death? Please, it's a very intriguing question. All the time you're thinking about death. कपड़े खरीद रहे हो. You are going to, only when you're depressed you think about death. Other you gone to Fab India, that fellow is showing, sir, this is a nice kurta. नहीं मरने वाले को क्यों दे रहे? सोचते हैं? Do you think like that? Huh? What are you doing? What education?
I'm doing.
You're doing this. Why you'll die anyway? Eh? Tomorrow morning your boss will tell, boss, that report to that customer. Why? He'll die. You'll also die. Are we thinking about death all the time? Sincerely ask this question to yourself. Are we thinking about death all the time?
No.
Is death a natural thought coming to your head? Yes or no? No, pakka na? This answer should not change. Death is not a natural thought coming to your head. Only Sunday morning, Lilananda threatens you with death. Every Sunday morning. Telugu చెప్తారు సావు చూపెడతాడు. Right? Right? Otherwise, you don't think about death. Isn't it? So death is not a natural thought. You all agreeing on that? Okay. Can you think of anything that is permanent around you? That will stay forever. Anything. Just tell me. Anything that you see is permanent. Sun. Okay. According to us, it's permanent, but according to Shastra, even that is temporary. That also goes into Vishnu and comes out. But it's a good answer. Sun. Nature. Electrons. क्या खा के सुबह सुबह? But think of anything that's permanent. Nothing, right? Soul is permanent. That's a spiritual answer.
Time is permanent.
Materially, time, Kala Shakti is also actually not permanent. In material world, it looks to be permanent. But yes, your answer is yes. Huh? God is permanent. You are spiritual. Both class सुन रहे आप. Actually, none of us. Now I'm going to join all these three things. What is the first thing I told? You are agreeing for its existence because you experienced it. We concluded and kept that point A. Point B, the second one, is what? Point B is you're not naturally thinking about death. Point B. Point C, you're not seeing anything permanent anywhere around. Everything looks temporary. My body itself is temporary. Right? Now there are these 3 points. A, B, C. I'll combine all these 3. So let's see what comes out. Death is not something that I think all the time, even though everything that I am is temporary. Contradiction lag raha hai? Everything I see is temporary, including my own body. That means it is going to die, but I'm not thinking about death. Don't you see a contradiction here? Everything is temporary. You also know that. But I am not thinking about death. You should think about death, right? Arey, you know this body is temporary. I should think about death. This building is temporary. I should think about death. Everything is temporary. I should think about death. But I'm not thinking about death. That means I'm only combining B and C. Right? That means there is something inside me which is refusing to accept death. There is something inside me. Otherwise, I should accept death. If I am this body, I should accept death. Everything is temporary around me. Everything is temporary around me. So I should only think about temporariness. Isn't it? But I'm not thinking about temporariness. I'm thinking I'll buy a plot, I'll build a house, I'll have a nice room, I'll have an entertainment room. Arey, everything is temporary. Why are you thinking? When you are going to buy a house, are you thinking about death? No, you're not thinking about death. You also know that the house is temporary. So there is something inside us which is not accepting death. There's something inside us. Is it a good logic? There's something which is not accepting death because it has never experienced death. And that is soul. That is Atma, which is not this body. There is something inside me which is not accepting death. And that is Atma. Because we are that Atma, we don't think about death. Simple. Because if we are the body, we will think about death. But because we are that Atma, which never died, there is no death for it. So we are not thinking about it. See, if you're dying every day, you'll think about death. It never died. But we are forced to think about death because we are in this body. Logic लगा रहा है? हाँ? थोड़ा लगा नहीं लगा? Don't get convinced just because we're not in a religious class. Scientifically, I'm saying very clearly. There is something inside me which is not agreeing to die because it has never died. And that is the reason I'm not thinking about death. If I die, I'll think about death. I've never died. Naturally, I get up in the morning, I don't think about death because death is something alien for me. Because I'm in this body, I have to accept that I have to die. If I refuse to accept that I'm not this body, if I refuse to accept that I'm this body, then there is no death for me. I'm forced to think about death because I'm in this body. Do you all agree till here? So you're all agreeing that there is something inside me, which I am telling as Atma or soul, in whichever language, or spirit, whatever language you use it, which is refusing to accept death. Why is it refusing to accept death? Because it comes from a place where there is no death. What was the first logic I gave? You are accepting something because you experienced it. Soul is accepting it doesn't have any death because it comes from there has to be a place where there is no death. It is coming from that place. It is coming from a place where there is no death. And we are forcefully in a place put into bodies which die. समझ रहे हैं? थोड़ा मुश्किल है लेकिन अगर लॉजिकली देखोगे तो एकदम क्लियर है. There is nothing to get confused here. None of us died. We never died. All of us sitting here. What is our age? We are ageless. We are Sanatan, eternal. What is Sanatan? Dharma. Duty of a soul. Not duty of a body. Duty of a soul. Soul का कर्तव्य क्या है? What is the duty of a soul? To serve the super soul. Atma ka, what is the dharma? To serve Paramatma. So, when we serve the root from where we came, we become happy. We become happy. Why do people experience happiness when they go to a temple? Because somewhere inside, that soul is happy. I have come to my source. My source is right there. You have come there. Right? Spirituality removes the anxiety. Spirituality removes the fear because we connect with the source of our existence. If somebody says, prove that there is spiritual world, there is A, B, C logic, provided he is willing to hear. If he is not willing to hear, you cannot convince anybody. You need to be receptive. And a lot of people are not receptive. Why? Because they are too attached to lose this body. Attachment. A lot of people don't come towards religion because they are fearful to lose their enjoyment. Right? But they don't understand that we people enjoy more than them because we know what to enjoy. Right? We know where the real enjoyment is there. Krishna is Rasaraj, the epitome of enjoyment. When I go to such a person, I'll become more happy. I'll dance. Today evening, I'm dancing. Who wants to join me? We dance every week. How many years dance every week? How much you pay for going and dancing? We sing every week. We dance every week. We eat prasadam every week. Right? Every day. This is called enjoyment. Right? I don't need this big bottle to bring me enjoyment. 5 friends meet. Right? In material world, five friends are meeting. They are looking at each other. Bottle kidhar hai? When bottle comes, bottle खत्म हो गया. तो enjoyment कौन ला रहा है? Friends ला रहे हैं, bottle ला रहा है? Bottle ला रहा है कि नहीं? Real friends are the friends who don't need a bottle to be friends. है कि नहीं? उसके बिना जो दोस्ती है वो सच्ची दोस्ती है. Not because of your habits. I'm smoking. You take. We are both our friends. Cigarette खत्म हो गया, दूसरा लेकर आ. नहीं तो तू मेरा दोस्त नहीं है कि नहीं? Friends are not friends with habits. Friends are friends when we are connecting to the source. right? So we never die. So Krishna is giving this knowledge. And now Krishna is explaining where can you see me, in what you can experience me in 10th chapter. And he's telling all these qualities are created by me only. Even attachment is created by me only. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Sarvasya chaham riti sanniveshto. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Vedesya sarver ahameva vedyo. Vedanta krishna vedaviteva chaham. He's saying all the Vedas are to understand me. If you read all the Vedas and you do not understand who is Krishna, then your entire endeavor is Shrama evahi kevalam. Shrama matlab? Work. Shrama evahi kevalam. You have done work which has got no result. Sir, I've gone to Badrinath, I've gone to Kedarnath, I have membership in Gangotri, I've gone to Yamunotri, I've gone to Vaishnavi Devi, I've gone to Tirupati. Tirupati I go every 3 months. You know, I go to Yadadri, I go to Haridwar, I go to... Why? लोगों को बोलने के लिए क्यों जाते हो वहां पे? Why? If you have no connection to God, there is no meaning to go to those places. You should go to the place to re-establish your connection. अगर ये भी नहीं पता भगवान कौन है, क्यों जा रहे हो वहां पे? Everything has a root. The root has to be solid. Who is God? If somebody asks who is God, नहीं ये डिस्कशन नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. अरे मैं तेरे से पूछना भगवान कौन है? Who is God? मालूम भी है नहीं है? Sir, you believe, I believe. अरे I believe, you believe, अच्छा ठीक है. भगवान कौन है? मेरे प्रकार से, तेरे प्रकार से नहीं. भगवान कौन है? Who is God? Controversial question, no? Allah is God. Jehovah is God. Krishna is God. Who is God? कौन है? किधर लिखा है? कौन सा बुक में लिखा है? Get me Bible. Show me. Who is God? Jesus told Son of God. He's Son of God, right? Who is God? कौन है? Muhammad is God? No. He's messenger of God. Who is God? भगवान के बहुत नाम है. ठीक है, नाम बहुत है कौन? Right? है कौन? कौन बोल रहा है भगवान है? Who is telling that is God? Let's not fight in the name of religion. Let's open the scripture itself. And you'll know who is God. Very simple as that. Right? But people don't want to understand that. That's why unless you go through a certain basic understanding of science of self-realization, you cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. Because we are in a chapter which is very, very advanced. Right? Now let's go to the next shloka. After Krishna tells the qualities, in 6th shloka, what is he telling? Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jata yesham loka imah praja. The 7 great sages, and before them, the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. It's telling you, everything is descending from these Manus. Right? Prajapatis. There are many Prajapatis. Brahma has a lot of children. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, it says there is a Prajapati for reptiles. There is a Prajapati for human beings. His name is Manu. Man comes from the word Manu. Right? There is a progenitor. For all the birds, there is a Prajapati. Right? For all the... How many species are there? 8.4 million species are there. Already the number is given. You don't need to do research. How many we have found out? Barely few thousands. Right? You think scientists have understood the world? They have not even understood 1% of this world. If a scientist says, I know more, ask him, how much depth have you gone in a sea so far? How deep is the sea? What is the deepest sea that you can think of? Anybody? Huh? Marina. Yeah, how deep is that?
It's deeper than Everest.
11 kilometers. 11, and that's also still an assumption. Nobody has gone there to 11 kilometers. Right? 11 kilometers is what we think is the depth of sea. How many kilometers have people, human being, gone so far? नहीं मालूम है ना? Not even 1 kilometer. Do you know that? इससे नीचे नहीं जा सकते. The density is so much that you'll blast. Recently, somebody wanted to see the wrecked Titanic. Also, millionaires went down. What happened? They never came up. The whole ship blasted inside because the density is so much. It is so heavy. You can't go. Maximum, even through a machine, you can go to 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, that's all. So how many species are there? Can a scientist tell? It's not possible for him to tell. Only God has to tell. Only God has to tell. 8.4 million species are there. 400 types of human beings are there. 10 lakh types of trees are, no. What is it? Birds are there. Reptiles are there. It's a whole calculation is there in the Vedas. He is the creator. So he's telling, so many manus are there, so many progenitors are there, and I am the source for everything. Can anybody say that? There's so many fake gods who are sitting outside these days. Chota bal, bada bal, whatever. Huh? They keep removing things from the air. Go and ask that fellow, how many reptiles are there? I am the source of the reptiles, he'll tell. Put one chipkali on his head. He'll run away. If you are the source of all reptiles, chipkali se dar raha hai ki nahi? God means what? The source of everything. He's not scared of anything. Everything comes from him. He's God. Okay, how many here can manage a monkey? One monkey. Huh? Can monkey be managed? When people are not manageable, they tell that, why are you acting like a monkey? Isn't it? When Lord Ram came, he managed crores of monkeys. He told attack, they attacked. They sit down, they sit down. Can you do that? When somebody says he's God, some Baba Daba, he says, I'm God. उसके बाद एक बंदर लगे उसको मैनेज करो, उसको मैनेज करो. Immediately surrender, sir. Sorry, I'm not God. Right? Some people say, I'll become God. अच्छा, तू become God, तू God बनेगा. चल monkey को manage कर. Huh? Anybody says who can control this world, get married. You'll know what is control and controlled. Krishna got married to 16,108 wives. 16,108 wives. And all the wives were happy. And he dealt with all their in-laws properly. I'm not making this up. Read Bhagavatam. It's there in 10th canto. Dashve Skand Bhagavat mein, there is an explanation of how Krishna used to manage his in-laws. Narad Muni is going from one palace to another palace. Arey, here Krishna is talking like this, there Krishna is talking like that. His wife is happy here, he is doing some ritual there, he's doing... he's amazed. What is this? I'm a brahmachari, I don't know. Narad Muni is thinking, how can you do this? Because he's God. If somebody wants to say that he is God or he'll become God, there are so many institutions outside, they'll tell, you Narayan, me Narayan, we are all Narayan. No? You become God, I'll become God. After we die, we'll merge with God. Really? If you're God, why are you not God now? If you're God, why are you not God now? Abhi bhi God hona chahiye na? No, I forgot that I'm God. Really? You forgot that you're God? No, after I die, I'll merge into God. मैं भगवान बन जाऊंगा. सच्ची में? अभी क्यों नहीं है? नहीं, वो माया शक्ति. तो Maya is God, right? If Maya is making you forget that you're God, then Maya is powerful than God. Is it not true? So that's why they're called Mayavadis. Prabhupada names them as Mayavadis, Shunyavadis. People have no logic. God is God, we are we. God is always God. God doesn't become God. ऐसा नहीं एक दिन I think I'm getting something inside me. I think, Prabhus, I am God. How many are ready to believe here? Lilananda Das is God. चलो प्रभु एक और हार लेकर आओ. तो बहुत हो गया. है कि नहीं? But there are fools going around. So many institutions believing anybody is God. Huh? Something is happening here, it is He is God. Something is happening there, it is God. God is not here to create vibhuti. God is not here to give you a job. प्रभु जी मैं उनका पूजा किया प्रभु जी मेरे को मिल गया प्रभु जी मेरे को जो मिलना वही भगवान है प्रभु जी. Huh? You go and sit in a hotel. You think about paneer butter masala. Somebody brings you paneer butter masala. See, he is God. One fellow is my friend's cousin. He was driving a bike. He skidded and he fell. There was a lorry in front of him. He was almost going to go and bump his head to the lorry. Suddenly he stopped. And there it was written, Jesus saves everyone. He immediately got converted to Christian. See, Jesus saved me. उससे पहले कौन सेव कर रहा था? बाकी लोगों को कौन सेव कर रहा है? जीसस का यही काम है क्या? जो गिरेगा उसको People become attached with no logic. God's duty is not to give you job. God's duty is not to cure your disease. God's duty is not to give you daily bread. Bread supplier nahi hai. God is God. You are using Him for that purpose. That's a different thing. Understood? God is the source of everything. He has many devatas under Him. He'll tell, okay, you take care of this, you take care of this, you take care of this. I am not going to work. God doesn't work. God enjoys. Right? And we are here working because we are away from God. And God is saying, I'm the source of everything. Please come back to me. Bahut ho gaya. Right? So this is a very big science in itself. What I told is a very big science. It takes time to get convinced on these things. For understand who we are. We have no existence without God. But when we are away from God, our value is nothing. Just like, there is this tree and there are so many leaves. If the leaf breaks and falls down, does the leaf remain happy or does it remain healthy? It dries. As long as it's connected to the tree, it is healthy and happy. In the same way, we also, no matter what we earn in this life, IIT, IIM, ISB, flat, villa, Jilla, whatever you get, you will not be happy. You cannot be happy unless you are connected to your source. And in 10th chapter, he's clearly explaining that you can see me in everything because I am that source. Right? I again read. The 7 great sages, and before them, the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of man, can come from me. Born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Right? So he's giving. All आप सभी लोगों का ये है ना क्या बोलते गोत्र. What is my gotra? It is Charkunula. Anybody else? You know your gotra?
Yes.
Huh? Bharadwaja gotra. Who is this Bharadwaja?
Rishi.
He is a rishi in a lineage. There is a source. There is a source. We all are linked to something. And there is a whole science behind it. Why we should know our gotra. A lot of people don't know their gotra. Right? If you don't know your gotra, I can tell I am from Achyuta gotra. I can tell them. Right? Sometimes during the pujas, it's a different topic, There are some gotras that you can that you have to accept, but we all should know our gotra. Someday we'll discuss what is the importance of knowing the gotra. It is linked to your marriage, it is linked to your upbringing, it is linked to your health. It is also linked to your health. If you get linked with some other gotra, you will have a lot of diseases. And it's a proven. Right? That's why there is a whole matchmaking. Matchmaking as per Vedic scriptures. Kyun hota hai? There is a lot of reasons why. Right? Otherwise you have... So it's a science. That's a science. How to happily live in this world also is mentioned. How to happily live in this world. But an intelligent person will not want to know gotra, gotra, gotra. He says, enough is enough gotras. I want to go back to Krishna. Right? Vedas explain you how to live here. But Vedas also, conclusion of Vedas is not to live here. Conclusion of Veda is to prepare to go out of this material world, to go to the place where there is no death. And we all proved that the place exists. है कि नहीं? हाँ. Let's go to 7th shloka. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha so avikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshaya. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. So he's saying, Krishna is saying, one who is convinced of my greatness, one who understands who is me, automatically becomes my devotee. You don't have to tell, oh, now you worship God. No. The day you know who is God, the day you see God, you will start worshipping Him automatically. Because you love Him. He is your source. You finally come back to the place where you belong. God doesn't threaten you saying, oh, you have to worship me. No. He's so... As soon as you see your parents, what do you feel? Respect them or disrespect them? Huh? Respect them. Right? For whatever they have done for you. You feel like touching their feet. You feel hesitant? I'll not touch your feet. Will you tell like that? No. Automatically you touch the feet. Why? Because you have gratitude. Because you know what they have done for you. The same way, when you understand who is God, you'll automatically become His devotee. Then you're, oh my God, He is there. He was there with me at all times. Right? He was there with me, going through so much that I've gone through. I'm changing bodies. Is God leaving me and going? No. He's sitting with me in my heart right now as Paramatma. He's sitting with me right now. In all your hearts also He's sitting. Even in the heart of an ant He's sitting. He doesn't leave us. Even we go through the most abominable bodies, He doesn't leave us. He's sitting beside us and He's telling, just better turn towards me. Just once choose me. Ek baar you choose me and I'll take you back. No, I don't want to choose you. I'm looking this side. God is here. Idhar mudo. No. What is the next iPhone? What is the next place to invest? What is the next place to enjoy? Hey, just look at me. Your entire cycle is over. No, I don't want to look at him. Right? But does He leave us? Just because we're not looking at Him, does He leave us? He never leaves us. We all left that house. We told, I want to go now. Did Krishna say, get lost? I don't want to see your face again. Movie mein dikhate hain na? Amitabh Bachchan tells, get out. Krishe, tera shakal mat dikha. No, God doesn't say like that. What does He do? He puts us in a controlled environment where we can again develop love back towards Him and it can come back. So your son says, for example, I want to go and play outside on the road. Father will tell, what will he tell? Beta, road pe mat khel, ghar mein khel. Play inside the house, no problem. Because everything is safe here. No, I want to go and play outside. There are vehicles outside. Don't go and play. Something will come and you'll get an accident. No, I want to play outside. What will you do? What an intelligent father will do? He'll tell his friend. Some Malhotra ji will tell. Malhotra ji, aap cycle pe aao. बच्चे के बाहर भेजेंगे. तू जाके खेलो. You wanted to go outside and play, right? When he's playing, suddenly he'll come and bump with the cycle. He'll fall. मैं बोला ना चल अंदर आ गई. Malhotra ji, thank you. What is that environment? It's a controlled environment. Well, Malhotra ji also, I know that road also, and I know when to hit this fellow also. And how much to hit also. How much to hit. It doesn't get permanent hit. Before some lorry comes and hits him, a cycle will hit him. He'll get an experience of what is being hit. So it doesn't go on the road again. Is it intelligent, Father? This material world is like that controlled environment. Everything is controlled here by God. He sends us here so that we are corrected under His control. And he clearly brings back our consciousness and brings us back. Yes, Prabhuji.
Probably there are so many souls in this world, in this material world, millions, even if you count the
Unlimited.
animals, the trees, and
Unlimited.
so why did they all come back from the kingdom is so happy and blessed with God? I can understand like one or two souls maybe like okay we want
Rebellious.
maybe rebels,
Yeah.
but why are there so many rebels?
Hare Krishna. How many souls are here, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. There are unlimited souls here. How many souls are inside your body? तो ये क्या बोल रहे हैं? एक ही है ना? No. Unlimited. There is one soul who is thinking this is the finger and I am finger only. But there is one soul who recognizes the entire body. So that's the soul that we are. Right now. We are talking to. So the question from Prabhuji is, so many souls rebelled and came back from spiritual world? Why? You know? So very simple answer for this. How many have this question? Huh? Why so many souls are rebelling and coming? How many souls? Scriptures explain material world is only 1/4 of the whole creation. So spiritual world is actually 3/4. Material world is only 1/4. Why material world is created? Whenever a city planning is done, there is a correction house also that is planned. Because government knows some people will not cooperate. इन लोगों के लिए correction house चाहिए. उसको jail बोलते हैं हम लोग. है कि नहीं? Jail is naturally created because some people will not follow the law. That's natural. Why? Because we have free will. Everybody has free will. God doesn't remove the free will. He always leaves the free will. Isn't it? He leaves the free will. To answer your question is very difficult in this consciousness, but I'll put a small allegoric answer. Relatable. When we started the satsang here, okay, let me ask question a different way. Is the prasadam good here? अच्छा लगता है? हाँ? आज क्या है प्रसादम में? गुलाब जामुन. पहले से सोच रहे लोग ये कब खत्म करेगा? हाँ? प्रसादम अच्छा है कि नहीं? प्रसादम अच्छा है. How many agree prasadam is good? Say loud Haribol. 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 ठीक है, प्रसादम अच्छा है. Anybody who is disrespecting you here? As soon as you come, सुबह सुबह आ गया सूरज दिखाने. कोई बोल रहा है ऐसे? हाँ? Anybody who disrespected you here? Anybody who judged you here? Of course, you are tolerating me. But did I mistreat you anytime? Knowingly? Okay. Everything positive here or anything negative? सब कुछ positive है ना? हाँ? Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's hot, cold. थोड़ा मुश्किल है. But otherwise it's tolerable. हाँ, अच्छा है? So you are respectful here, you are respected here. Prasadam is good. Do you have to any entry ticket here? Anybody paid any entry ticket? Please tell me. I want to know. Huh? Anybody forced you? You have to contribute. इसको बाहर मत निकल जाने दो उसको. पैसे देके जाने दो. पकड़ा आपको जाते समय? Huh? No. So you're not charged here. You're getting everything for free. You are being nicely taken care. You are being respected. You are being what else? Your nice kirtan, nice prasad, everything nice. How come some people stopped coming here? Answer is there are some people who used to come here. They stopped coming here. What is the answer for that? Huh?
Temptation from the outer world.
Huh?
Yes, yes.
You can come up with reasons.
Not full acceptance.
Not full acceptance. What is there to accept? Have I told anything which is difficult to accept? Gulab jamun is sweet, na? And no doubt about it.
Attachment and fear.
Huh?
Attachment.
They have
Some other attachments, right? Prabhu is very simple. You all have free will. You all have free will. And Krishna doesn't remove that free will. This is the answer told by my Siksha Guru. I asked the same question to him. He said, if a person can go away from satsang, if that is possible, why are you big surprised that a person has left kingdom of God? He had everything there. but still he has a free will. He has a free will. You cannot find reasons why people leave parents. Why people leave parents? Free will. Bad association. Bad association. Isn't it? That's all it is. There is no answer. If you go deeper and deeper, every answer is different. But ultimate answer is you have free will. And Krishna doesn't force us back. Because Krishna likes to love. And love is always existing only when there is free will. You cannot threaten somebody to love me. You cannot put a gun. Chal bol, I love you. उसको प्यार थोड़ी बोलते हैं, है कि नहीं? Krishna doesn't put a gun. He says, "Beta, I am with you. Wherever you go, I am with you. And I'll keep reminding you. Even if you don't, like this Mataji reminded this Prabhuji, come to satsang today." So he's reminding. Through somebody is reminding again and again. All of us were reminded. है कि नहीं? All of us were. Can you come? Try करो एक बार. आओ. प्रभुजी ने आज बुलाया अपने दोस्तों को. Try तो करो. कुछ तो अच्छा लगेगा तुम्हें वहां पे. कुछ तो सीखने को मिलेगा. Come. Who is actually calling us? Not us. Paramatma sitting inside is guiding the soul. Do this. And you're doing it. Right? Some people reject it because they're not ready. I don't want to be touched right now. I came away from you to enjoy. Why are you again calling me? I don't believe in God. Simple. I don't believe in God. How many people have heard like that saying? I don't believe in God. Actually, they believe in God. That is the reason they are rejecting God. If you don't believe in God, what is the problem in coming and learning about God? Simple question I'm asking. You don't believe in God. Come here, learn about God. No, you hate Him so much for so many lives. You can't explain. So many lives have rejected Him that now I don't want Him. Right? So everything has a clear logic if you look at it like that. So we all have come from the kingdom of God. We all have. Of this there is no doubt. Why we have come? Go back and ask that question. He'll tell you the answer. Right? When you are in a well, if somebody throws a rope, will you hold that rope and come up, or you'll say, "पहले मैं गिरा कैसे बोलो?" अरे पहले बाहर आ तू, बाहर आने के बाद बात करें. नहीं तू पहले बोल के गिरा कैसे? नहीं, no. First get out of this mess. Then you'll automatically understand why you came. But there is no surprise that you have come. I am convinced why I came, because I'm envious of God. Envious of God. I can't see Him enjoying like that. I also want to be a Krishna. I also want to be a Krishna. Krishna is dancing with thousands of gopis. Why not me? Why not me? I want to be the center, just like Krishna. I'm envious of Him. That is the reason I'm coming here. The day I understand that actual enjoyment is in serving God, I'll go back. Actual enjoyment is in serving God. Can you be served like God is being served? You want to enjoy like God, right? Can you take the amount of enjoyment God can take? Huh? Your name, Mataji? Meghna Mataji. Everybody look at Meghna Mataji. Can you also look at her? Everybody look at her. Please, excuse me. Everybody look at her. 1, 2, 3. Mataji, you are so beautiful. Oh, Mataji, your smile is so nice. You will tell Prabhuji, मैं जाती हूँ यहाँ से. है कि नहीं? Can you take this much praise? Can you take? Anybody else wants to experiment? देखना है किसी को? Huh? We all will look at you, please. Anybody? Any Mataji, Prabhuji? You will not dare to say, look at me. Because there is ego. We have so much ego that when everybody looks at her, that ego gets disturbed. Ego gets disturbed. But God, everybody looks at Him and says, Namah Pankaja Nabhaya, Namah Pankaja Maline, Namah Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangre. And he's like, he doesn't get affected because he has no ego. He has no ego. Being God is very difficult. Being God is very difficult. Everybody will praise you and you have to cater to everybody. He can do it. Right? So being a servant, you are very happy. He is to be served. That is his constitutional position. And we are always here to serve him. That is our constitutional position. And when we come back to our constitutional position, we'll be happy. When you shift the position from here to there, you'll be unhappy. You're understanding? We'll go to this next verse and we'll stop today's session. It's a very important verse. Aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. This verse, if you can find in any other Purana, Shiva Purana, Karma Purana, Skanda Purana, any Upanishad, any scripture on the planet, irrespective of religion, I'll become his devotee. Aham Sarvasva Prabhavo. He's not telling Aham Tellapur Prabhavo. Aham Gauli Doddi Prabhavo. No. Aham Sarvasva Prabhavo. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. कोई नहीं बोला ऐसे. Nobody has dared to say this. Ganesh ji ने कभी नहीं बोला. Shiv ji ने कभी नहीं बोला. Read Shiv Puran. Come and show me a verse where he is telling that I am the source of everything. Nobody has told this. That's why when Shankaracharya read Bhagavad Gita, he told, Eko Shastra, Devaki Putra Gita. Khatam. There is only one Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, where everything is closed. Finish. Aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matta bhujante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. You will automatically become a devotee. You just have to understand that I am the source of everything. He is revealing this very, very important thing. And once when I was taking a class on this many years ago, one gentleman, he said, how egoistic Krishna है ना? कितना घमंड है आदमी को कैसे बोल रहा है मैं भगवान हूँ? How egoistic you are to introduce that you are God. लगता है ना ऐसे? थोड़ा बहुत तो लगता है. कितना घमंड है. God means humble, right? He should be humble. Why he is telling that he is God? I'll ask a question. Mataji, your name? Sonika Mataji. Where do you work? Huh? Emphasis. See, she's so proud. She's telling me emphasis. What did you study? What was your education? Huh?
Computer science and engineering.
She's so egoistic. Computer science or engineering? Where do you live? Roji bus बहुत. Sonika Mata. Is Sonika Mataji proud in saying she has done Bachelor's of Engineering? Is she proud in saying that she is working in Emphasis? Emphasis name itself is very proud. That's literal thing. But she's introducing herself. When you are asked to introduce yourself, what do you introduce? You'll introduce about yourself. I'll tell my name is Lilananda. I am a chartered accountant. Prabhu ji, bol diya chartered accountant. I've done dual MBA. Oh, dual? You're working as vice president? अरे बाबा, that's my introduction. मैं क्या बोलूं? गलत बोला हूं ना? हाँ? अब कौन से फ्लैट में रहते हैं? मैं हूं कृषि. कौन सा ब्लॉक? हाँ, बड़ा ब्लॉक, बड़ा फ्लैट. हाँ देखो, बहुत गुरूर है इसमें. अरे भैया मेरा एड्रेस हुआ, मैं क्या करूं? ब्लॉक 1501 है. अब मल्होत्रा जी कुछ गलत बोला. इंट्रोडक्शन में कोई प्रॉब्लम है क्या? मेरा एड्रेस है वो, है कि नहीं? So if God is saying I am God, what is your problem? That is his introduction. Aham sarvasva prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matta bhujante mam buddha bhava samvita. Krishna, you are arrogant. No, I am not arrogant. I am telling what am I. Everything comes from me. And tell me, when is one forced to introduce himself? Nobody wants to introduce himself. You don't go to Ola driver and introduce yourself, right? Huh? When you book a Ola, that fellow comes, hey, I'm chartered accountant. तो क्या हुआ यार बैठ पीछे बोले क्या जरूरत है? You booked a cab, sit behind. Boss, I'm vice president also. तू कहीं का भी president है. पीछे बैठ किधर जाना है तेरे को? OTP बता. That's all he'll care, right? Isn't it? When are you forced to introduce yourself? Huh? When the opposite party is not ready to listen to you. When the opposite person is not ready to listen to you, then you have to introduce yourself to make him listen to you. है कि नहीं? Huh? Students are shouting in a class. One old lady comes and says, "बच्चों, चिल्लाओ मत चिल्लाओ, एकदम silence maintain करो." Everybody look at her. They'll continue. बच्चों, मैं बड़ी औरत हूं, मैं तुमसे बड़ी हूं, तुम मेरी बड़ों की बात सुनो, शोर मत मचाओ. क्या करेंगे? I'm the principal of this school. Immediately, है कि नहीं? Logic है? Why she had to tell that she's the principal? Because these fellows are not ready to listen unless she tells what she is. Are you understanding the logic? Is she arrogant in telling that she is the principal? Or is she humble in telling that she is the principal? She's humble. There was no other choice but to introduce yourself. मैं प्रिंसिपल हो रहे बाबा, हाँ अब सुनेंगे, क्योंकि रेस्टिकेट कर देंगे एक एक पढ़ के, है कि नहीं? So when God is saying aham sarvasva prabhavo, it is his greatness, it is his compassion that he had to go to a point and tell Arjuna, सुन रहे, मैं भगवान मैं बोल रहा हूँ तेरे को, I'm taking full responsibility, I'm God, please now do what I'm asking you to do. Till now I'm telling you as a guru. Earlier I told you as a friend, you're not ready to listen. I've told you as a friend, I've told you as a relative, I've told you as guru, now I'm telling you as God. Let's end. Now Arjuna has to hear, right? God is speaking. What is there to discuss? So introducing, so that's called love. How much Krishna loves us is he doesn't have to introduce himself, but is coming here and introducing himself. Means what? He loves us so much. Do you like to introduce yourself everywhere you go? Huh? No. You don't want to be introduced and you don't want to introduce yourself. But he introduces himself. Because he has no other means to explain us. But he loves us. And he loves every single one of us. He loves that ant also. He loves that mosquito also. He loves us also. Because we are seeing the body, he sees the soul. And he is the source. Aham bija pradapitaha. Everything comes from him. Right? So that is why Bhagavad Gita teaches Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. After learning Bhagavad Gita, we should become a devotee. A devotee means who gives his life for Krishna. We should do something for our Krishna before we go. Gita Jayanti is coming. Right? On that day, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. And that is the day. And what is the day? 23rd of December. And Krishna has made sure that it is a Saturday also. Because we fellows will... अभी कौन हम सर्वस्व प्रभु कौन है तुम्हारा बॉस है ऑफिस में, but he said okay on Saturday, at least on Saturday, declare that aham sarvasva prabhu, I am God. Please sit down and read Bhagavad Gita. So on 23rd of December, mark your calendars. We'll also have a session on 24th, which is a regular session. But on 23rd, we'll have one extra session. That is, we'll read this entire Bhagavad Gita at once. It will take 3 hours. Exactly 3 hours it will take. We'll read the translations in different circles. And don't come late that day. I beg you, please don't come late that day. Come at 8 o'clock. Come 5 minutes before. Bring your Bhagavad Gita. If you don't have a copy, get your Bhagavad Gita. Right? We all will sit in 3-4 circles and we'll start reading the translation chapter by chapter. And you'll get a full understanding of what may not be understanding, but at least awareness of what he has spoken in Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, till the end. You will finish Bhagavad Gita in 3 hours. How many have done that once in life? Some of you have done. How did it feel? Amazing. There's nothing more satisfying than that. You will know what all Krishna has spoken in a glimpse. I'm not reading shlokas. No shlokas. Because we are not educated in Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is not devotion. Sanskrit has got nothing to do with devotion. It's a language. Of course, favorable language, respectful. But we have not learned in Sanskrit. So let's read in English. 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and we'll have prasad. We'll get prasad. That day is Ekadashi. It's Gita Jayanti is Ekadashi. We'll have Ekadashi prasad that day. No problem. Right? Everybody come with your Bhagavad Gita, including children. I'll get a box of Bhagavad Gitas here that day. I'll keep it here. If you don't have, you can pick up from there. It's 250 rupees. You can take. 250 रुपए क्या मिलता है? कुछ नहीं मिलता है. यहाँ भगवद गीता मिल रहा है कि नहीं? Right? So mark your calendars. There's nothing more important. Come at 8 o'clock, 8 to 11 o'clock we'll finish. We'll have kirtan, leave. If you can fast, fast. If you're diabetic, don't do that. Eat and come. Right? So because it will be 11. You'll do kirtan 11:15. Some reflections after reading. Maybe another 15 minutes. Right? So maximum by 11:30 will be done. Are you all ready? Yes? Say Hari Bol. So next thing we are going to do on that day, after we read Bhagavad Gitas, I'm going to give you 10 Bhagavad Gitas in your hand. And we all will go to Kondapur that day evening at 6 o'clock. And many others are coming, more than 100 devotees. We all will hold Bhagavad Gitas, go to people on the street and say, can you take one Bhagavad Gita? Today is Gita Jayanti. And carry a kerchief also with you. Some Bhagavad Gitas and one kerchief. Why? Because nobody will buy. You have to cry, right? Nobody will buy. And one fellow will spit on your face. You need a kerchief to wipe, right? Ego will be cleansed. When you go on a road and sell Bhagavad Gita, your ego will be cleansed. Right? There is no, nobody knows who you are. I'm a director in Microsoft. तो क्या है? I live in my own country. तो क्या है? Take Bhagavad Gita. I'll not take. Ja. Please learn Bhagavad Gita. We'll do book distribution. Whoever wants to participate can let me know. We'll do it. We do that every December, especially on Gita Jayanti day. We do. We did it in Madhapur. We did it in many places, crowded places, because we have a center in Kondapur. So we want to do on the biodiversity road where a lot of people come for eating out. So we'll do it there and tell them, please come to the center for programs like that, right? So that is one activity on December 23rd, right? And December 31st, we are going to have Maha Kirtan Day. Lot of kirtans, a lot of devotees will come together. We'll do nice kirtans in the center, right? So don't miss that night, right? We'll start in the afternoon. We'll go on till like 12-hour kirtan with a lot of mrudangas, a lot of harmoniums, a lot of kartals, and wonderful kirtaniers in our group will come forward, and we'll start the new year with kirtan and dance. But we don't need this for dancing, right? We will dance with kirtans, right? So please plan your new year. If you have nothing else to do, please come. If you have something to do, cancel that and come. Because Monday is a holiday, right? You can do nice kirtan and start a new year. Of course, in Vedic text, that is not the new year, but does it matter? Which calendar badal raha hai? Let us start with the nice kirtan, the new year. So that is one thing. Now, another announcement I have is one very, very scholarly, very, very dear and very, very respectful, His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is in Hyderabad today. He's going to come today. And he has given 12 days of his time. 12 days of his time for our satsang group. Our satsang group meaning not only this, there are many other satsang groups that we are consolidated. So he is going to be here, and if you hear him speak, you'll be astonished. I can tell you, you'll be astonished. He's a brahmachari. When he wrote TOEFL, he's the only person who got 10%. 10% in TOEFL. Nobody can try that. His English is at that level. He's advised when he travels around the world. He's coming from Oman. He's landing in Hyderabad today afternoon. And after this, again, he's going back somewhere. He travels around the world. He was in Australia sometime back, right? He's advised not to speak advanced English because Americans cannot understand. He's advised actually, don't speak certain your words, bring it down. So that is the kind of vocabulary he uses. And that's not the only greatness. His explanations are so scientific. The explanation that I told you about the existence of soul was actually told by him. Right? And like that, he can give logic for anything. Right? And there are so many movies that are released which kind of destroy the Sanatana Dharma. Like, oh my God, PK, they create so many questions. Right? So what he does, he immediately writes a book against such controversies. So when PK movie got released, you all know that PK book movie, right? The stupid American, he created so many doubts. Why to believe in deities, why to believe in God, this, that. He put all questions, made money, never gave answers. Immediately Chaitanya Prabhu wrote a book, GK for PK. You buy that book, amazing. Everything that he controversially told, there is a scientific answer for that. You should know that. Otherwise, people will come and ask. You don't have an answer. That's why people get converted. People leave religion. People leave faith because they don't have answers, right? So there are so many. What is that? Books here. He's written 30 books.
Kerala story also exploited this movie.
Yes. Yeah. Kerala story shows that how people are made to leave faith with simple questions. Right? He has beautiful answers. He is an excellent person to hear. So he is taking. Okay, there is a series that I cannot ask everyone to attend because only people who are chanting minimum 16 rounds can attend that series. That is Gopi Gita series, a little advanced spiritual thing. But he is there here next Sunday evening for everyone to hear. And there are other programs I'll keep publishing on Saturday and Sunday. He's doing a program in my home avatar next Saturday morning. So, and today evening in Aparna community, which is a little far in Chandanagar, he's doing a big program there. So I'll keep sending the details, keep going wherever he is going, because getting that person again here is very difficult. And every afternoon he's doing in different corporates. He's doing a session in Salesforce, he's doing a session in Microsoft, he's doing a session in Virtusa, he's doing a session in Infosys, he's doing a session in so many companies. We have lined up one after the other, one after the other. And there he goes and speaks in a way that they will understand. Don't miss these sessions. Right? I will try to post the recordings, but wherever you can, go, because we need speakers like him, and he's a very humble soul, very humble soul. Right? So you should meet him to experience. So one of the days, he's on 14th. You can mark your calendar. He's coming to my house in the morning, so that one day whoever is coming here can come. Right? 8:30 to 9:30 is taking Gopi Gita series, but some of you can come and attend. But chant a lot that day to come because it's a very advanced topic. But suggested are the people who are chanting 16 rounds. But other sessions you can attend. Right? So we keep getting guest speakers here because I'm incapable. I need help. Some more pure people will come, they'll tell the philosophy nicely. If you think that you're only learning from me, I can tell you, you're wasting your time. You need to hear from great souls. So my job is to get those great souls wherever I can find them, whenever I can find them, right? So please today, okay. So how many of you know there is a center here we have? Please come. It's nice place. Sunday evenings, right? You can have more time. You can bring your family also, right? If your husband is not coming, how to make him come? Stop cooking, simple. Your wife is not coming, how to make her come? I still could not achieve that. So, anyway, so do your best to bring your family also. Because spirituality is a family thing. It's not an individual thing. Hare Krishna. We'll sing Narsing Arti and we'll have Prasadam. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. प्रहलाद नाद दायिने हिरण्याकाशी पूर्वक्षः शीलकण्ठानकालाये इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो बहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहामणिं शरणं प्रपद्ये करकमलभरेण कामकुटशृङ्गान्दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो अनुभृङ्गा केशवदृतानहरिरूपा जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे अद्भुत श्रृंगार हिरण्यकशिपो अनुबन्धा केशवदृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव और हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल और हरि बोल भक्त विघ्ननाश नरसिंह देव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्रीमद् भगवद गीता ग्रंथ की ऑल assembled devotees की my own Krishe 10th chapter still continuing की I got Premanand and let's thank you for all who have come for the first time here. Please continue to come. We'll continue this 10th chapter and we'll finish it. Actually 10th chapter takes not much time to finish because after this is only directly indicating where you can see Krishna. Right? Hare Krishna. Please have prasadam. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Swalpa Punya Vratan Rajan Viswaso Naivajayate Sharira Vidyajal Jedendriya Trahe Kal Jive Fele Vishesagare तारा मध्य जीवयति लोभमाय सुदुर्मति ताके जेटा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़दाय माय कोरी वारे जीव जाए सौ प्रसाद अन्न दिलो भाई श्री अन्नामृत पाओ श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमेडा को चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री 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 राधा गोपी वल्लभ जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माय निताय गौर शील प्रभुपाद प्रसादम की जय. Hare Krishna. So some of them are watching online. I'm sorry you cannot experience gulab jamun. You have to come here. Hare Krishna. Jai, please.